Guys, what's going on? I just finished making that wiring harness video out front, and I figured, well, the sun's down enough, and the other truck that has that wiring harness is in the shade, so it's going to be a little easier to record. And while it's fresh in my mind, I wanted to show you some things that I had some suspicions, and they were true. So let me show you what we got here. Underhood, yeah. It's that connector right there that shows you that this is in fact the same harness. So here's why, just like I had suspicioned, I wasn't seeing a field wire on the other harness, and it is because you see it laying there on top of the connector. They ran it from a separate source inside the cab, just like I thought, and all they did is run it over and then tape it up in the harness. Now, what I figured out is that fat wire over there that feeds the circuit breaker and the horn, or so I thought, the horn circuit, is actually the entire cab power feed circuit. So what it does, from your connector there, it goes through and it comes out larger over here, and then it pairs down 2 to 1 into the one wire coming from the generator, or alternator in this case. So that is your main cab power supply. It doesn't just supply the horn circuit, but it supplies everything in the cab, which is why it's on a circuit breaker. So if you've lost power in your cab randomly, you can't figure out why, that circuit breaker could be suspect. I was also right about the way they ran the cable. So if you'll follow, it goes back in the harness into the fat part, then up, and it comes across the top, separate from that connector. It goes over and it goes down, and probably can't see it in that jumbled mess down there, but it goes back, connects to the batteries, just like I thought. And I was right about these connections, flame heater and temperature sensor. And yeah, of course, there's the field wire that's taped in afterwards. So this harness does take a little bit of fitment, but it works. Obviously, it's installed in this truck. Now, the reason that I've got to do something with this one is because, just like a lot of surplused out trucks, somebody went ahead and cut off damn near everything inside the cab just for the pigtails and all. So I got to put a harness in this one too someday. This thing's been here for a long time, but I don't know. I guess I need to make more time to work on it. So it belongs to my buddy, and he wanted to learn a lot about working on these things and help me do it, and so he could learn. But I don't know. It needs to go. So eventually, I'll have to get on this myself. But here you see what I was talking about, a different placement of a flasher module, right? So you can see here that it is added afterward. Obviously, you see how much fatter the harness is here than it is on the other one, which is brand new out of the package. This is the same harness, so obviously it takes a bit of work to fit, but that's all afterwards. The nice thing is, if you've got an earlier M35, you probably won't have to do much to it to make it work. Just put it on. And I'm seeing now that this has nothing to do with the wiring, but apparently when I painted this hood a couple of years ago, I guess, there was something in the paint that didn't let the paint I used adhere very well. So I'm going to have to redo that too, which is awesome, because I'm not going to let it go like that. Anyway, just wanted to update you on that, so I'm not leaving your ass hanging out in the wind when I know what the deal is with it. It only took me a minute to walk back here and look it over and figure it out for sure. So I guess I can look in the cab and see if I can figure out where they've got that field wire connected, but I doubt it. Well, let me see. Yeah, no, that's probably not gonna happen. Not right now. I just may get like stung by a shitload of wasps or something. No, I'm gonna actually have to take some shit apart to get in there and see what the deal is, where it goes. Anyway, and yeah, see, like the pigtail completely missing, and everything behind the cluster was cut off. In fact, there wasn't even a cluster in it when this truck came here. I've done a lot of rewiring down there to get most everything to work. But anyway, more to come on that. So thanks for watching, guys. Just like I said, wanted to give you a little update on that right away because no reason to leave you hanging. So thanks. We'll see you later.